Hello, Glenn Danuser with Danuser. We are going to shoot a video today that explains how to change out the driving tool. Now on the Danuser Hornet series of drivers, we are the only jackhammer style post driver on the market that has a toolless driving tool change system. Meaning, we'll go over it in details, but basically we're going to pull this pin here and then push the pin out with a little help from an operator to find that fine point. And we don't need a hammer, we don't need a punch, we don't need any of that. All that we need is two bare hands with gloves and a grease gun.
All right, we're getting ready to do a driving tool change out on the Danuser Hornet. This video will be applicable to T7 and T8 Hornets. Now when doing this, you'll want to make sure you're only using Danuser driving tools. Other companies' driving tools will not work with the Hornet, and it will void the warranty if you try to do so. You'll want to make sure the hoses are disconnected from the vehicle to make sure you don't accidentally fire it. Referring to the operator's manual, we will want to get the grapple and the kickstand in the up position before we get started. So when changing out the driving tools, you'll want to pick a good work platform, whether it be the ground or an elevated surface such as a trailer bed, or in this case we're going to be using a welding table. If you have a grapple version of the Hornet, you'll probably need some blocking to help support the driving tool. Okay, what you're going to want to do is when you fire up the vehicle, lower the driving tool onto the blocking. You don't want to go all the way down. You kind of want to find that sweet spot where the driving tool is not putting any pressure on the retention pins. So, go ahead. So once the driving tool is fully supported, you'll start with removing the click pin out of the front, remove the small retention pin, and then you can use this small pin to help push out the large pin far enough until you can grab it with your hand and pull it out the rest of the way. Once both retention pins are removed, you can fire back up the vehicle and raise the driver up off the driving tool. All right. Once you have taken the driving tool out of the Hornet, we'll remove this driving tool off the blocks and set the new driving tool in its place. You'll want to make sure that you orient the new driving tool with the flat pointing towards the operator to make sure the pin goes in properly. All right, once you have the new driving tool in place, the operator in the vehicle can lower the Hornet back onto the driving tool. Once the new driving tool is installed, you'll want to take the large retention pin, take note of where the groove is. The groove should be on the right-hand side of the vehicle to line up with the small retention pin. When properly installed, the large retention pin should be flush on both sides of the power cell. Reinstall the small retention pin and then the click pin. After that's done, you want to get your grease gun and grease the unit. This concludes the driving tool change video. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please refer to your operator's manual with any questions. And as always, visit us at danuser.com and contact us by phone or email with any questions. Thank you.